Finally got it. Took another minute, like I predicted, or like I suspected in this week's Fly on the Wall lesson. It's just as easy in G. There we go. Yeah, they sound the same to me now. Oh, maybe if I did that one up here. Okay. I gotta get back to work. It is, welcome to the news. It's the end of August, must be the 29th. And sorry I didn't get news happening last week. I appreciate everybody's indulgence or forgiveness maybe for not getting something done while I was off in Hilo. Oh, I gotta tell you something really, I'm gonna save that story for later. Remind me before I finish this to tell you about dropping Lizzie off in Hilo. Some really amazing things happened. Okay, first I guess I'm going to talk about, nope, I'm going to save the Hawaii thing. Last couple of weeks we've had some pretty cool stuff, and I have some IGC news. I want to thank, well, I'm going to start with that. I want to thank we asked everybody attending the IGC to shoot little intro videos of them, and in a couple of days we should have those up at the IGC page, just talking about what they're looking forward to coming to camp. So we've gotten stuff from six or eight people, and really appreciate that. So I've seen them, but hopefully you'll see them soon. And now I guess I'll go into the songs. Except I've got some songs on the brain. I had a really interesting conversation last night with an old student who tracked me down. I hadn't talked to him in probably since the early days of Totally Guitars, but maybe 6 or 7 years. And he was somebody that took lessons from, this is Kevin, he took lessons from me, and then the Kevins that you know. And always liked working on my songs. And he says, hey, you don't have enough of your own songs up there. And I said, well, we've got stuff like this. And that reminded me of some of the Hawaiian songs that I sort of float around. And of course, we started working on Wai'uli. So we'll have a little bit more of that next week. And I hope a few of you are working on it and enjoying it. It was a fun tune. It also reminded me of one that I don't think I've ever done a lesson on, but I think I played this for you before. I was lucky enough earlier this week to spend a day with my cousin in Maui, looking right across the channel to Molokai, which was where that song was sort of inspired. That one's called Shadows of Molokai, and it's a troubled place. But okay, I'll save that for another day. And anyway, so Kevin said we need more of my songs up there, so I'm going to try to get to that too, because I keep meaning to do more of them. I know we've got some cool ones. And of course, anyway, okay, enough rambling about the unknown and the possibly up and coming. Let's see, what songs do we see lately, John Prine? John Prine songs are really interesting because, like I mentioned in the lesson, they're usually really easy but there's always something that specific and unique about them, and that's a Big Old Goofy World was one of those that, you know, I think is a pretty easy song. I think I have another really easy one that I'm thinking about doing. Oh, never mind. Okay, I'll save that for later too. Oh, this was fun. You guys heard me mess with this a week or two before. So yeah, I had a lot of fun putting that lesson together. I hope people are enjoying that. That's of course Eye in the Sky. What else did we have? Oh, I can't play this because if anybody, the lesson that came out today was J.J. Cale. So Lynn, thanks for suggesting more J.J. Cale. May get to that one someday soon too. Another guy whose songs are, on one hand, pretty easy to play, but really fun to play too and stuff. So we of course got to After Midnight, and in the lesson I didn't talk at all really about Eric Clapton's version. We wanted to stick with what JJ was doing back there. So, okay, what did I miss? Oh, Vanessa! Thank you so much for doing Galileo. That's been one that's for a long time has been on my list. I've got about 3 or 4 other Indigo Girls songs that are, the list is really long, unfortunately, of all the songs I want to get to, and Galileo was one of them. Power of Two is another one that has been floating around on that list, and of course we did Closer to Fine many years ago, back when I still had young teenage kids, I think. Well, how old was she in that? Maybe 15. Nah, probably 16 or 17. So, let's see. Is that it? Oh, the 2 Fly on the Wall lessons, the one from last week with Ed working on Unknown Legend, had you know, a couple little tidbits of pretty cool information, but the and you know, it's very similar to, of course, My Hey Hey in terms of compositional technique and stuff. But this week's, you know, I called it the Boxer, but there was very little of the Boxer in Sandy's lesson. It was a whole thing, as a lot of people I know have checked this one out. A lot of information about playing multiple guitars in different keys, and knowing your own range and finding out the range of a song and trying to match that up to optimize the key you're going to sing a song in. So something I'd sort of been meaning to put a lesson together on, and it was great that it materialized in Sandy's lesson because of the pressure put on her by the other girls coming to the cam. So let's see. I think that's about it. No, I am going to get. Hopefully by next week, I want to thank Tom and Dean for working on, or putting some really cool videos in the Uploaded for Review. If all the machinery works well, we will have reviews happening again. So we've had a few little glitches that I think are cleared up, but I'll let you know more about that. But anyway, great job on Alita, and also Dean putting up a couple of cool tunes, and I do have, we'll talk a little bit more. So I will have some suggestions on probably those 2 next week. Hold me to that. Okay, the last thing I want to tell you about something really funny that happened in Hilo was my daughter Lizzie is now going to school in Hilo, where Rebecca just came home from in May. And we found a place for her to live in what turned out to be a house full of college students, a lot of them. And right near the campus, like walking distance to class. This was great. And walking in, it really felt like they make like vegan meals together 5 nights a week for the whole house. Yeah, a little different for my kid coming home from New York now and switching past this coast. But reminded me of like a 70s type commune thing, and this is going to be culture shock for Liz, I'm sure, but maybe not. The coolest thing though happened. That was we were sitting outside one night, and I heard like little drumming coming from the living room, and I thought, wow, that's pretty weird. I can't, you know, we were out in the front yard, and I thought, well, it's kind of cool. At least there's some music going on in there. Well, we finished talking and we went inside, and then I could hear that the guy drumming on the couch was just a little drum pad, like electronic drum thing, was drumming along to music that was going on in the backyard. Guess what it was? Jerry Garcia. There were a bunch of people in his house singing Sugaree. What a coincidence. When did that lesson come out? 2 weeks ago? No, I don't think they saw my lesson. I'm sure they knew it. But it was just very cool to hear Grateful Dead music coming out of the backyard of the place that my kid is now living for at least a few months. Okay, I think that's it. Stuff I wanted to talk about. Let's play a little bit more of this. How's it go? Okay, there you have it. 2.5 weeks, or just a little under 3 weeks to camp. Getting excited.